Hey, how the hell we doing today? It's Wenger Rat again with Fish Head Videos, and I hope you viewed our last video. This is an improvement on that particular fly. That was Glen Crayfish, and we're going to call this the improved Glen Crayfish. I think it gives it a lot better profile, and I hope you agree. And there's very little difference in terms of the materials. Let's just look, and I'll show you the subtle differences. Instead of the hackle over the back, we're going to go with the hen pheasant tail. Or, excuse me, not tail, but body feather. You could use grouse here. You could use Hungarian partridge. There's a lot of things you could use. Hen hackle. There's a lot of stuff. And then instead of the pheasant tail over the back of the top of the body, this stuff is called Swiss straw. It's readily available at fly shops. Comes in a lot of different colors. Nice material. Gives it a really nice kind of a hard look. With that, let's get this thing going. Get a light, get some glasses. Again, we're using a 2x long size 6 hook here. Okay, just in the last one, remember we're going to put a nice thread base. Just enough so it gets grip. Because remember the one thing that we did in the last fly, and the same thing we'll do in this one. This is just 4-strand yarn. We're just putting that down there. This is just basically for nothing better than term. It's a binder that it has. The materials on top of this have something to grab. And it makes actually use a little less dubbing too, I would think. So we're just going to wrap that forward, just like that. Basically just an easy pitch and catch. Roll with the right hand, catch with the left hand, vice versa if you're left-handed. Tie that off just like that. Get rid of that tag. No problem bringing this over the top of it like that. That's all going to be covered up anyway. Okay. So we're going to go to the craft fur. We're going to grab a little bunch of it, just about like that. Put down to the base. Little points there. Okay, that's about the length that we want, about just like that. So we're just going to get rid of that little section there. Okay, and we're going to tie that in right at the head of the fly. And the interesting thing, I say the head of the fly, normally the head would be down here by the eye of the hook. But when you're doing crayfish, this is how you tie them, just like that. All righty, now we're going to take this this raffia, or Swiss straw, I guess is a more common name. Now notice how wide it is. That's more material than what we need there. So I'm just going to make a cut right in the middle of it, just like that, and then it'll just tear. That's about what I need right there. A little over 1/4 inch wide. So we're just going to set that there. Keep in mind that this is all going to be covered up by the head. Lift up on it, bring it right to the juncture of the antenna and the body, just like that. Okay, now we're going to take that cream dubbing. And this fly is also good in olives, a light olive, a light gray, kind of a pale orange can be good. You just kind of vary it. They're all tied the same, pretty easy, pretty easy. Okay, we're going to build up that head. And keep in mind that the one thing that's interesting, people get hung up on detail in flies. Things like this crayfish or a stonefly that we did in a previous video, fish are instinctive. They just see body go by, just silhouette. And that's really what triggers the attack. So just keep that in mind, that you don't have to get so caught up. Okay, now let's get some pinchers going here. Okay, there's a nicely modeled one right there. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this down. So that's about how far I want it to use right there. So I'm just going to get rid of that down, just like that. Okay. Now, Here's the vein of the feather right here. So I'm just going to go right in there on the vein. Just like that. And just cut that right out of there. See that? Simple. A couple more of these. Okay. Now, notice how I left this little, basically, this vein is, for lack of a better term, it's my handle. So I'm just going to come in there. I'm just going to set that right against the head, just like that. Grab both sets on both sides where they separated there through that V. Just lash that down. Nothing pretty. That's all going to be hid. That isn't going to matter. Okay, like that. Good. There's the pinchers. Now, in the other one, we tied in a hackle here. This, I thought, kind of give it a better looking profile. This is off of a hen pheasant. And again, I said you could use grouse here, you could use Hungarian partridge here, you could use hen hackle, just something that's soft. So again, we're going to get rid of that down at the bottom. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to go in here, though. I'm going to come up here at the front of the hackle, just like that. Now, I'm going to tie that in. I'm going to tie that in, holding that tip forward and holding it by that little handle that we just talked about. I'm just going to tie that right to the top of the fly, just like that. Okay, now you're going to like this profile. All righty, now we're going to add the dubbing again. And again, this is a fly that you can use all year long. This is just a great early season kind of fly. We use it a lot on the Lower Madison. Son lives in Bozeman, so it's a go-to bug. It's definitely a go-to bug. Yeah, it's a good one. It's actually one of the streams where I see more people fishing these. Around here, I tend not to see people fishing them. Okay, we're going to bring that forward. Again, not a big, bulky body. A nice, pretty smooth transition body. Okay, now, how we wrap the other one around there, now we're just going to bring that right up over the top, just like that. That, and then I'm going to grab both sides. I'm going to tie it in right there. Just like that. Okay. Oops. All right, now I'm going to make sure we got that right in the middle. So now we're going to bring this Swiss straw. We're just going to grab that right off the top, just like that. We're going to pull that real tight. Notice how tight I've got that? And I'm bringing my thread over with my left hand. All the time I'm holding onto that Swiss straw, just like that. And I've actually got the perfect length, but that was by accident rather than by design. If it was longer, you would just need to just trim it accordingly. So we're just going to build up that head. We're going to whip finish. Little head cement. Okay. Just going to adjust those legs just a little bit. So now I want to show you the difference in the profile of these two flies. And you can make your call which one you like the best. I mean, it's fairly easy for me. I'm prejudiced, I guess, but I just like the profile of the one with the soft hackle. I mean, let's look at it from this angle too. Let's turn them upside down and just look at the difference in that. Looks like I'm going the right direction here, huh? I like the Swiss straw, I think is an improvement. And I also like the soft hackle legs over the hackle. Again, that's the improved Glen Crayfish. I hope you like it. One other reminder that I just want to bring up, and I hate to keep pounding on it, but we need you to hit that subscribe button. Hit that damn button. It's a win-win for both of us. I hope you view in again. It's absolutely free. Keep that in mind. That's my last thought. Hope you join us again. Give him hell.